Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. Today we're just going to talk about the game, kind of theorize what's going to happen with our savvy model student, clerk of the student council, Hazel. I love this character. She's been one of my favorites since the start. I've never built her just because I had Destina at the start. I really wish I did. I do think in her current state, she's amazing and she can definitely be a valuable unit. In Wyvern 10, she can be valuable in raids everywhere at all, especially Altar with the heal block. I do think she's a fantastic unit, and I cannot wait to get this change. And because I cannot wait, I just want to talk about it with you guys. I need to theorize, and I need to talk about it, and I need to get some ideas out there, because I have some pretty spicy ideas on Hazel, on how they might build her, and I just want to go through the options with you guys. And as I'm doing this, let me know in the comments below. You can pause this now and let me know what you think it's going to be and if you think I'm right on any of these. So one thing I do want to know, let's just go over her base kit to start off with. Her first ability is just an attack with heal block. Heal block is really good for Wyvern just because it adds a debuff. It's really good for the Wind Altar or the Earth Altar, and it's really good for Golems. So super great there. I love her first skill. I wish it was a little more effective instead of like 45% chance or 50% chance. I wish it was like 75. 50 just feels so lackluster. Her second skill is a heal, a single target heal that heals extra if it's under 50%, and it also has a scaling off of attack and targets max HP, which is super weird. And her third skill is an AoE heal that boosts attack, and it also heals based off of max HP and the caster's attack. So she's just in a weird spot right now because you don't really want to build your casters with attack. It doesn't really do much, and even the scaling on that attack doesn't really feel like it adds enough. But it is what it is. And the funny part is, she says brain beats brawn every time, which I like. And I just think she's super cool. And let's talk about what I think might happen. So first off, in all of our specialty changes so far, we have not had a change in anything but the third skill. So we're going to assume her first and second stay the same. They may get altered a little bit in her specialty tree, but the base skill is always going to be the same. We can also then take on that she's going to scale with attack still, which is kind of cool. And then we have the third skill, which is the one that is going to be changed or should be changed if they follow the same pattern. This one is kind of weird. It's missing stuff, you know, like it's just not really good enough for a third as is, and I guess that's why they're specially changing her. There's so many different things it can be, and I just want to go through the options. One option is just to add another buff to it. I think that's really important, but it also might make her too good and too similar to other healers. So for example, we could add a defense buff to her, which would make her one of the best healers in the game, I think. But then she's so similar to Elson, and she's just got perma defense and attack buff up, that I think she's too good at that point. So I don't think it can be defense. There's also speed buff, which I think would be too good at this point too, especially with a 3-turn speed buff is just insane. I can't see that happening. There's also crit buff, which would also be insanely overpowered, so I don't think it's going to be that either, especially with brain beats brawn every time. It feels weird to buff up crit when you're talking about brains. There's also heal over time, which is pretty solid as well, but I don't think that's going to be it. Long story short, as we go through the options, it just feels like none of them are going to work. I don't think it's going to be an additional buff just because that seems too good, especially with a 3-turn spell that extends buff duration. It's just up 24/7. So the next option is immunity. Obviously everybody wants immunity. It makes things so much easier, but then it's just too similar to other healers. I don't think it's going to be immunity either. I feel like that's just a cop-out. That said, it would be really good for new players and really, really good there. So I feel like a unit like that would be wonderful, but I don't think that's what it's going to be either. And there's also stuff like Dispelling, which is fantastic, but then she kind of takes the same sort of role with 2 heals as Destina and doesn't really add too much different outside of coloration. So I'm sitting here trying to think about how this is going to work, and the more I think about this, the more I think it's going to be something weird, something we haven't seen yet, especially with the name of the ability. It's called Attack Command. I think the name changes, I don't know, to be honest. And she turns into like a cheerleader all-star, basically. So what I think they're going to do for this is add some sort of attack command to it. So her skill on her third skill, instead of doing something healing oriented or defensive oriented, I think it's going to be offensive oriented. And what it's going to do is make her the tactical genius that she is. And as she casts it, it makes some of her allies attack the enemy as well. So for example, instead of targeting yourself with this and healing your team, you would then target an enemy. It will do everything it does now, but it will also send 1, 2, 3, I'm not sure how many other people attacking the enemy. So it is a literal attack command. And I think that fits her perfectly, especially with her brains over brawn. She's telling other people to do the work for her, and that just fits her so much in my mind. The weird part is she has 11 command though, with an attack called Attack Command, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, that would be so good. I think that's just the perfect way to do her right now. She will be insane for all sorts of PvE now because it'll speed up your runs. Like imagine having Shuri on your team with something like that, using Attack Command, having Shuri boost in as well, and then get all the crit rate booster from Shuri. Like how good that would be. I feel like that would just be super amazing. Maybe it'll be too good, but thematically it just fits so perfectly. The other question, if we look into something like this, is how many people does it attack with? Does it attack with a random unit? Do you select a unit on your team? How many units does it hit with? Does it proc their debuffs? Does it proc Dust Devil? Does it proc dual strikes off of that? There's so many different things it can be done for like that. And one of the other reasons I think it's going to be something like this is because she's coming out at the exact same time Guild Wars is about to start. And an ability like that would just be so insane for Guild Wars and would really encourage people to build her. I'm really hoping it's something like that. I really am, because that would just make for a unique healer everybody has access to and everybody's going to love, I think. Or hate if you're fighting against her. Yeah, so that are my thoughts on Hazel, and that's what I think she's going to do. I'm obviously going out on a limb here because the odds of that actually being it are pretty small. Pretty small. You could also even go super nuts with her skill and have it dispel all of the units on your team first before it does the attack command part. But I think that's a little too. As for myself, I've got my Hazel somewhere here. If I can ever find my Hazel. Yeah, I've got my Hazel here, and I'm ready to 6-star her. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm ready to 6-star her, and I'm probably going to 6-star her right away. I also have... Go to Awakening here. 408 of these. Ooh, I used a couple, so I need to go farm more. And I'm definitely ready. I've got this too. Let's do that. And I tried to farm these medals. I did try my best, but I haven't been able to get them. I need 3 more. I'm going to farm those all day today and try to get 3 more. There's a chance I can get them done before the end of the day. And what I'm trying to get at right now is I will have her 6-star max with all of the things awakening, her entire skill tree with you by tomorrow. So you'll see some gameplay on her hopefully tomorrow night. And I'm really excited to show that to you guys. So it doesn't matter how she turns out, I'm gonna build her anyway. So I'm just really excited. I totally forgot to add this too, but let's talk about her gear really quick, how I want her to be geared. So as for what's best for her right now, I honestly don't know. I think it's just like any other healer right now. Speed HP with a lot of defensive subs and some attack subs, which is kind of unique for her. How I want to build her though in the future is speed boots, attack ring, and then HP neck. Like that's how I hope we want to build her. And I hope there's a reason to build her that way. Alternatively, attack boots, attack ring, and HP neck or something similar to that. Just some sort of reason to actually want to build her offensively. A really good example, a really good set for this would be something like the PvP weapon and the PvP ring, and then a speed set for the other 4 or an attack set for the other 4. Something like that is just so good, and I really hope they want us to build her that way, because I don't want to build every healer the same, and I hope Hazel's the exception we get. So here's hoping, and that's why I haven't geared mine or tested mine out yet, because I want to theorize her gear with her new stats ahead of time. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to talk with you guys a bit. I hope this is a good sort of setting for you guys, kind of just my mind flowing and talking about things. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.